My name is Benedict Schlepper-Connolly. I'm a composer and producer, and I'm one half of Ergodos, which is a music production company and record label based in Dublin.
I am weary of being alone, alone. I am weary of being alone.
For songs, myself and Garrett Scholdice curated and arranged a selection of the songs that we love and arranged them for Ergodos musicians. The band is made up of 4 very different musicians. We have Sean McErlane, who plays a lot of improvised music, a lot of music with electronics, a lot of his own work. We have Kate Ellis, who is artistic director of Crash Ensemble and has played a huge range of music. She would have premiered a lot of very important living composers' music, as well as playing with people like Gavin Friday or Irlo Linord, so quite a wide range there as well. And Michelle O'Rourke has performed as well with groups like the RT Concert Orchestra all the way over to groups like Efterklang, the Danish band. And then I join in on 1 or 2 of the songs, performing on guitar and voice, sometimes singing harmonies with Michelle. We're coming from lots of different places, but somehow focus on this spot that became this particular album.
If I lie any longer alone, alone. If I lie any longer alone.
Songs is an album that reflects really the interests that Garrett and I have in the song, which we feel is one of the most resilient, interesting musical forms across the history of music. The particular choices of songs on the album range all the way from John Dowland to Richard Thompson, Steve Earle. So there's about 800 years of music in there. Our approach to the arrangements, however, has really been to kind of put our own personal stamp on these songs. And when we started the project last year, in 2013, we came up with arrangements of lots of different songs, including material by people like Tom Waits. But in the end, we felt that we should record the ones that we really felt we put our own personal stamp on, and that we'd taken away from being more like cover versions that are somehow subservient to the original, to something that really creates an original take on an idea. Our philosophy for recording, really, when possible, is to try and get the performance right in the room so that you have minimal editing afterwards. And it just is it's a very enjoyable way to work, but it's also a very intense way to work, because everybody's focused on making that the moment. We found ourselves almost spontaneously just improvising between songs, because either to get into the mode of the next song, to kind of get our heads around it, or just to kind of relax after the previous few takes. And we discovered that these improvisations were really interesting in their own right, and were in a way reflections of some of the material on the album. So some of those improvisations, which we started recording after a certain point, have made it onto the album, a selection of them, and to our mind they add to the kind of experience of those songs. We chose to launch songs at the Little Museum because it's a space that we really love. It's a beautiful building. It happens to be run in part by a composer, Simon O'Connor. So it's a space that's very close to our own activity, in a sense, and it's a lovely space to make music. It's very intimate, has a lovely acoustic. We try and do as much as possible acoustic there. We less and less try to amplify in that space because it just brings the audience that little bit closer. I'm burning all my bridges. I'm burning all my bridges. We're hoping to really play songs as a program to many more audiences in the coming months. We're going to kick off with the Kaleidoscope birthday party, which is in September at the Sugar Club, and we'll be playing a number of songs from the album there, alongside some other great Irish groups. In terms of our own productions, Ergodos will be producing a brand new series called the Santa Rita Concert, sponsored by the wine company Santa Rita. And this will be held at the Little Museum, and it will be 6 concerts starting in September, running all the way through to March of next year. So that's going to be a really interesting series coming up.